Once you get some information, well, just you have decided the topic, and also you just find out who is the targeted audience is. And also, if you are able to identify the needs of your targeted audience, then the the next step is how can we get a solution, and we need just define create a solution. Definitely before that, just the solutions, and you should all just to the top in terms of the targeted in terms of the topic and the targeted audience, and the needs of targeted audience, and maybe you should establish your own stories which will be sold to such audience. In that regard, the important thing is you should find out the way of a solution to the needs of the audience. And it can be just a easy job, but anyhow, you find out your own way of a solution. For example, for the aged persons, they have some difficulties in terms of the, how can I say, using the computer. Also, they are willing to just spend time in the rural area, and then maybe just for the computer, everybody just there are a lot of the how can I say, institutions which teach how to operate the computer, etc., etc. But it's they are saying is more, sometimes it's very difficult to understand. It's too many complicated. And therefore, if you give some very simple, very easiest way to learn the computer, there can be solutions. For example, when you see the YouTuber, then there are a lot of the same kind of video tab which just teach you about how to operate a computer effectively, etc., etc. But it is very difficult, and a lot of they just show the various way of solution, etc. And therefore, for example, in Korea, normally in terms of the handphone, for the young people they use the iPhone, but the older aged persons, iPhone is too tiny and they have some difficulty in seeing the character on the screen, and therefore normally they prefer the Android phones, Samsung Galaxy, etc. And also maybe the computer is not so how can I say, advanced one, but therefore maybe based on the Samsung Galaxy, and also very just normally the job, what kind of topics, for example, you should recognize what kind of topics the aged persons are interested in. Then you might focus on the topics and the equipment which the aged person normally use in Korea. And based on such information, if you give some very simple and very easy way to operate the computer, and you show some program which facilitate to understand what utilize the computer, then I think it's you have some edges. And in that regard, I think we can find out the solution. And for me, I'm also plan to just set up just make some kind of video types which just illustrate how to learn how to operate the computer effectively, computer program as well. But because there are a lot of the information on the in the YouTube, but it's so complicated and also very difficult to understand. And just the complexities is like just how can I say, too burdensome, and is some barrier to understand the knowledge about how to operate the computer to me. And therefore, I think just through my experience may just illustrate a very simple and easiest way to learn the computer operation or the utilization of the computer program, such as the app. That will be, I think, that will work, and that can be one of the example of the just creating the solution. But if a targeted audience is aged person, then even if there are other informations, like you are can be the create to just facilitate to make every information very easy and in a very simple way. That is, I think, a very important point. Okay.